What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here or you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn on my post notifications so you get notified when I post a new video or when I go live. All right, everybody, today's video is about the Zeus Network show, Joseline's Cabaret, which is about Joseline Hernandez from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. And she pretty much is trying to open up her first or her own cabaret show, and each season she does it in a different city, and she has a group of 10 to 12 girls come live in a house and compete for their spot in the cabaret. Now, why is Joseline's Cabaret such great, compelling reality TV? Because if you're a Bad Girls Club fan like myself, you know the show hasn't been on for years, Bad Girls Club. But Joseline's Cabaret is the next best thing. I don't think the producers nor Joseline or the cast realized how successful this show was going to be, because it's pretty much the Bad Girls Club all over again with a madam, a pimp, Joseline as their pimp. And it's such compelling reality TV because for the first time ever, we're seeing strippers, prostitutes, escorts, call girls. They are the stars of the show. Think about it. Have you ever seen another reality show where we have these types of personalities in a house? Not really. Usually on reality TV, we get glitz, we get glamour, housewives, basketball wives, celebrities, this and that. But with Joseline's Cabaret, we get real, raw girls who've been in the street, who've been in the clubs. And it's very, very interesting. Another thing that's interesting, have y'all noticed how catchy Joseline's songs can be? Okay, so last season it was Do It Like It's Your B-Day, baby. And that song became wildly successful. And like, swear to God, right hand to God, when I watched last season, I was so obsessed with that song and I felt like I was crazy. And my friend at the time was like, stop singing that song. And like, I was so obsessed with it. And I swear to God, like a week later, it's everywhere. Like, I know a hit when I hear a hit, okay? And I love her new song too. Welcome to Vegas, baby. Give me that money, give me diamonds, give me rubies, baby. Cooper's looking at me like, what the fuck? But no, it really is a catchy song. Give me the diamonds, give me rubies, baby. How does the main chorus go? I wanna ride, I wanna ride. 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 It's some hoes in the house. 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 Okay, now, another thing about Joseline's Cabaret that makes this show so successful, so hilarious, so relatable are the personalities on this show. So, let's rewind it a little bit. Season 1 of this show was pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed it. But where this show really kicked off was season 2. And that's when they brought in, season 1 had like 4 girls. Season 2, they decided to bring like 12 girls, put them in a house. And we went from season 1 being a housewives style reality show to season 2 being a Bad Girls Club style reality show. And I love it. Love it. And I have to give Big Lex the notoriety, the cred for helping pop this show off. Because whether people want to believe it or not, when season 2 came out last season, and Joseline or whoever posted, it was the Zeus Network, they posted the clip of Big Lex making the double homicide comment. Y'all remember when Aqua said she had an abortion with twins, and Big Lex said, damn, double homicide. And it was like, oh, well, when that clip posted, if y'all remember, when Zeus Network posted that clip, go back and look at the clip on their page and look at how many views that video has got. It went viral. And I think that's where the traction and the views and the subscribers came from for Joseline's Cabaret, which in turn brought the viewers on to season 3, because we were all tuned in to see what was going to happen the next season. Who's she going to bring in? What's it going to be like? Sorry, y'all. My dog is over here like, he is like knocked out. So yeah, I was excited to see how season 3 was going to be, and I have not been disappointed. Season 2 had a lot of big personalities, and I was worried for season 3, like, how are they going to top this? But they've been able to top it. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I'll say season 3 is better than season 2, but they're like this to me. They're both like right here. They both have been so good. And part of that reason why is because Natalie Nunn, if you're listening, take notes. They casted girls that we did not know. If you notice with the new Zeus show, Bad Boys, that Natalie and Zeus are producing, they've casted a lot of people like Milan Christopher, William the Baddest, Gutta. Nothing wrong with them. However, they're all people that we kind of know through social media and reality TV. The good thing about Joseline's show is we don't know any of these girls. They're all girls that are right off the street, right out of the club, and we're getting real, authentic, raw personalities being put in a house, and we're getting all this authentic, great drama. And that's one thing that I've noticed about Zeus, at least with Joseline's Cabaret. Let me say that. Not all their shows across the board, but with Joseline's Cabaret, you can tell that the producers don't really have to start shit to get drama going. These girls are just fighting. They're just arguing over real shit. And you can tell it's real shit that they're arguing over, because we know as viewers when something is manufactured. And I'm not getting manufactured from Joseline's Cabaret at all. A lot of these girls are, okay, first of all, let's talk about some of these girls. First of all, Gaia. We got a girl on here who's a stripper and a porn star, but talks about Jesus all the time and literally has a bush down here bigger than mine. And I'm a man, okay? Not saying women can't have hair down there, but if you're going to go on TV, you're going to go on TV and parade around in a bikini thong with your wolf pussy hanging out for the world to see, Gaia. You deserve to be laughed at a little bit. I'm sorry. Gaia is crazy, y'all. Gaia is missing some screws and some self-awareness up here. I don't care what nobody says. Girl was entertaining. I'll give you that. If you take Gaia out of this season, it may have been boring a little bit. But Gaia, that bitch was crazy, but she was entertaining. And the way she does this when she gets ready to fight, I'm like, what? This girl is crazy. I didn't like how she tried to play Wet Wet and make Wet Wet look crazy. How she started that shit in that back room that her and Wet Wet were in, and she like came at Wet Wet and then said she tried to hit me. It's like, no, now you playing that victim white girl shit when you know you provoked Wet Wet. That's another one. Wet Wet, who is very entertaining. At first, I was like, oh my God, this girl is so annoying. Yes, I'm Wet Wet. Never thirsty because I stay wet. And I'm like, oh my God. At the beginning, I'm like, this girl is obviously thirsting for attention. This girl obviously wants her camera time. But the more I watch, I'm like, Wet Wet is the star of this motherfucking show. Like, for real. Wet Wet, that's the one thing about reality TV. Usually the person that you can't stand, or the person that gets on your nerves at first, is going to be the person that's featured the most. Because when I tell you what, the episode before this week's episode, or it was the episode when Wet Wet fought 4 girls in one night. She fought the Kardashian girls, she fought E.J. Johnson, and then she fought Gaia. Wet Wet was the entire episode, literally. I was sitting there watching, and I'm like, wow, the 2 white girls haven't really been shown much. Lollipop hasn't really been shown much. It was all Wet Wet. She was the entire episode. Yeah, she might have got her wig snatched off. They may have called her names. She might have got tussled and thrown around a little bit. But Wet Wet was at the end of everybody's wet mouth. And Wet Wet made the entire episode. That's the thing. You're going to be on reality TV. You need to at least make an impression. Don't go on there and be inauthentic and not be yourself. But go on there and at least have an opinion. At least speak up. Because if you don't, you're going to fade in the background like the 2 white girls on the show. don't get me wrong. I love the two white girls. I feel like the two white girls on the show, the blondes, you don't really hear much from them. But even though they may not be the best for reality TV, I feel like take the cameras down, they are there for the cabaret, even with the cameras up. I feel like they don't really care about the show. They just want to dance. They just want to win the cabaret. The rest of the girls, I feel like, are so caught up in the hee-haw and the fighting and the looking good on camera and the starting shit on camera and all that extra nonsense. And not even just the two white girls. What's the other girl's name? What is the, I can't think of her damn name. I don't want to say Lollipop. There's another girl who kind of stays out of the mix. She's kind of like the spicy Latina. She kind of stays out of the, is it Hennessy? I don't know. Y'all help me in the comments. Either way, she kind of stays out of the mix a lot. And while, you know, we usually say, oh, those kind of girls are boring. But usually those are the kind of girls I would kick it with in real life. The ones who are not starting shit, the ones who are not throwing drinks, the ones who, you know, who aren't doing all the extra rah-rah. But we love that for TV, right? We love the rah-rah. We love the tits hanging out. Speaking of, I almost died when Gaia did her dance routine for Joseline and her wolf pussy was hanging out. And literally, y'all, she was dancing like this to Joseline. She was like, yeah, you like it? And Joseline was like, oh my God. And Gaia was like, it's tight, ain't it? It's tight, ain't it? I'm like, y'all, I'm sitting here like, what the fuck am I watching? What am I watching? This show is so wild. I've been putting clips on my TikTok. If you're not following me on TikTok, follow me there at Damian Gentry, and you can see some of the clips that I've been posting from the show. Clips that I find hilarious. Clips that are appropriate, of course, because I tried to post the wolf pussy clip, but TikTok took that down real quick. What else about Joseline's show? Other than this is one of the most entertaining reality shows that I've seen in a while. I'm really excited for the rest of the season, and I'm looking forward to it. If anybody from the Zeus Network is watching, Joseline, anybody, can we please next season get like 20 episodes? I would love that. I hope we don't just have 12 this season. I'm really excited for the reunion. Please don't have Jason Lee host it. Please don't have Lunel host it. I'd be fine with Tamar hosting it if she was by herself. Or even Janisha, Lemmy's wife. I'd be fine with her hosting it. Let's see, who else? Anything else out of this show? I'm trying to run down the girls. Let me just do a quick rank. And then you tell me in the comments. Y'all, in the comments, rank your favorite cast members of this show, okay? I would have to say that my favorites thus far have been Wet Wet, Gaia, and I'm thinking that's gonna be it. I'm thinking Wet Wet and Gaia are probably my two favorites right now. Now I'm gonna do another video on Joseline's Cabaret later towards the end of the season, and I'll update you and let you know if any of this has changed. But right now, my stars of the show are Gaia and Wet Wet. They're bringing the most. They're the most entertaining. The most boring, the most dull, like, why are you there, in my opinion. Let's see. I don't think there's any girls on this season that I'm like, why are you there? Everybody has brought something, in my opinion. So I'm gonna have to hold off on that one. Who do I not like? Who am I kind of? The Kardashian girls, the girls that came in as best friends, the girl with the long jet black hair and the girl with the short blonde hair, I don't trust them. They give me very sneaky vibes. So as for right now, I'm putting them on probation. Y'all are on probation right now. I'm watching you, but I don't know what to feel about you. Amber gets on my nerves, but I like that she tells you what she's feeling, how she feels, even though it's too much sometimes, and I just wish she would shut the fuck up. Amber, like, I don't see how Joseline didn't get, like, That when Amber was running that mouth the first couple of nights and Joseline walked in the room and said, "Get out," I was like, yes, because Amber was like, "What? Huh?" And it was like, "No, Amber, you've been running that mouth since you got in the bus and stepped into this house. Dude, you've been running that mouth since a camera popped up in your face. But now, when Joseline's here, you got on mute real quick." Lexi and Chanel tried to tell her, when Joseline gets here, she's not going to put up with this. And you was just... But when Joseline walks in, I loved it. I'm telling you, I loved it. That's why I love Joseline. She may be disrespectful to those girls, yes. But I love that she is a no-nonsense type of bitch. She walked in the room. She didn't even give girl a chance to say anything. She just said, "Get out." Like, and even though she brought Amber back, I felt like she was just trying to scare her into saying, "You ain't gonna fuck with my shit. You're not gonna fuck with my shit." And that rattled Amber up a little bit. Because when Amber went outside and Lexi went to check on her, you could tell Amber was kind of shook about it. She was just trying to defend herself over and over and over again because she knew she was in the wrong. She knew she was in the wrong. Lollipop, I started out loving at first because I was like, "Oh, she's so beautiful, just a natural beauty." But after I saw how she acted at the cabaret, after the cabaret was over and they went backstage, and how she was like having a fit because Lexi Blow got most of the tips and she didn't get anything. If I would have been there, I would have told her, like, calm the hell down. First of all, I don't blame Lexi. First of all, Lexi is the only girl other than Joseline on the stage that the crowd is going to know because Lexi was a part of season 2. That's the girl they know. Of course, they're going to throw the money at her. They didn't really know you other girls. They were excited to see Joseline and Lexi. So for Lexi to have worked her way up through season 2, runner up on the show, get brought back to season 3, when you girls can work your way up to where I'm at, to where you have notoriety and people know who you are to throw money at you, then you can keep the money. If I was Lexi, I wouldn't have split a quarter with them hoes, okay? Period. So I changed my opinion on Lollipop after that. I'm like, "Oh, okay, Lollipop, you've been so mute and quiet since you started the show, but now you done got comfortable. You want to speak up and bark." Who else? I talked about the two blondes. I like them. They're unproblematic. They're just cool, chill chicks. Even though the one white girl whose extensions are always Maddie, I have to look at her sideways because she has a black scent sometimes. Like, she be trying to talk black. I do not like that. In confessional, she'll be like this right here, like, what? And I'm like, girl, it's not cute, sis. It's not cute at all. Keep it on mute. But other than that, I like her, so I'm going to give her a pass. But if she keeps talking in that black scent, we're going to have to sentence her to something. Who else is on the show? The Latina girl, she's kind of fading in the background. She's not saying much. The little blonde girl with the bangs. Who else? Am I forgetting anyone? Gosh, if I'm forgetting anyone, y'all let me know in the comments. But this video is pretty long, so I'm going to get off here. Let me know, have you guys been watching the new season of Joseline's Cabaret? What do you think? Who is your favorite cast member? Let me know in the comments below. What is your favorite season so far? I've been enjoying this show so much. It's such a great, great, great show, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Again, chime in and join the conversation below in the comments, and I'll get back with you and respond to you. I love you guys so much. Subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark. Mwah.